Jesus Christ. Man, I wasn't fucking ready for this shit. Let's face it, most of the movies I spoil aren't even really all that fucking scary. At least now I am aware that they're not fucking scary, because I'm pretty sure that it is the scariest movie I've seen in my life. And to be fair, I haven't seen The Exorcist or any of that, like, old school scary shit like that. I didn't watch the original miniseries, I just watched the Nostalgia Critic review, and I don't even know if, like that movie, that miniseries wasn't fucking scary compared to this. No matter what I say, it's not gonna fucking prepare you for this. How long has it been since a horror movie just left me out of breath? Just unbelievable. It's like 2 hours long. There's no way I'm gonna be able to spoil everything about this. It's fucking terrifying. Just cause, like, it starts off with that shit with the kid and the boat, and he's fucking chasing the boat, and it goes in the sewers, and it's not like the trailer, cause, like, the clown has, like, a whole fucking conversation with this kid, and he's drooling the whole time, and it's disgusting, and he bites his fucking arm off. Like, goddamn. It's just like, oh yeah, this shit's rated R. Like, no, like, you know how rated R movies, like, a lot of the time when they come to Canada, they get the rating of 14A just because, I guess, but no, this shit was 18A. Don't fucking show up to this shit if you're a kid, okay? If you bring your kids to this movie, you should have your kids taken away from you, because that's fucked up. Oh my god. He gets his fucking arm bitten off, and then he gets dragged into the sewers, and fuck. It's like, that's one hell of a fucking way to start a movie, you know? Like, that's how you begin a movie, I guess. And don't get faked out, because, like, there was a fake out of glowing eyes in the basement, which just turned out to be light bulbs. I don't know. Fuck it. Just. Because, like, this movie, it's not just scary, it is creatively scary. It's not just a clown popping up in, like, random places. It sort of is that, but it's also, like, just these kids and their specific fears are, like, and, like, even if, like, you're not afraid of those particular things, the things they witness are just terrifying. Like, it's the parts of the movie where they're not getting terrified by awful things are, like, alright, you know? Like, you have these kids that are, like, becoming friends and spending the summer together, and it's good, and but then in the middle of it, like, just there's a kid in a library, and he's researching shit, and then, like, a balloon pops up and he follows it for some reason. Like, what is the matter with you? The kids in this movie pissed me the fuck off, because every time they see a light go on in the other room, they see a balloon float by. Let's follow that, shall we? Come on! You know, like, this motherfucker is dividing and conquering, and he's scaring the shit out of y'all. What's the matter with you? I don't even know if I could spoil this. It's just Just let me tell you what happens to each of these kids individually, okay? Because, like, for starters, the fat kid, I don't remember any of their names. I was too scared, okay? Just the fat kid, he follows the balloon in the library because he was researching something about an exploding factory on Easter and a bunch of kids died. And then he starts following Easter eggs into, like, the storage room of the library, and then he sees a kid walking down the stairs with, like, his arms full of eggs, but when he gets, like, when you get to the part where you'd see his head's just fucking gone, and then it chases him through the stacks of whatever the fuck, and he gets away. They all get away. They all survive, but at what cost, man? Sweet Jesus. And, like, the kid who's practicing for his bar mitzvah or whatever the fuck it's called, he goes to put a book back in an office and there's a scary painting there for some reason, and then the painting comes to life and chases him around. It's a hideous fucking painting. Who would have that in their office? It's a realistic thing for this child to be afraid of. Who the hell would have that painting in their office? Disgusting. Just... And then, like, the girl's dad is a pedophile, and her bathroom fills with blood, and, like... I guess it's a bit more gripping than what happened in the original one. In this one, they actually, like, stick around or, like, we gotta clean this shit up, I guess. And then the one guy seeing his dead brother everywhere and his face starts melting off, and then the clown's trying to grab him from the water in the basement and he fucking runs away and it's gross. Ah. And then, like, the kid whose mom probably has, like, Munchausen by proxy, I don't know how to pronounce it, he gets, like, attacked by a leper, and then the clown just shows up, and he says, if you lived here, you'd be home by now, and I'm like, really? You're doing that? You're making these jokes? And then it just got me thinking, this clown comes back, like, every 27 years or some shit. How does he account for scares that are, like, for things that he's never even heard of? Like, if he popped up in he's like, it's the 80s the movie takes place in, and then, like, the next one's gonna be in whatever the fuck. When the next movie comes out, you know it's gonna come out. This movie's gonna be successful. Of course it is. But, like, how would he scare somebody who's afraid of the internet? Like, he'd wake up from, like, his 27-year-long nap and he'd just be like, okay, this person's afraid of the internet, because he knows all their fears somehow. He can read minds, I guess. And, like, how would he even account for that? Like, fuck. I just made myself really confused. And then the one kid is afraid of clowns, and it's like, oh, way to go, dude. It's like, they're all like, what are you afraid of? And he's like, I'm afraid of clowns. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And he runs into a room full of clowns, and then he's afraid that he's missing, and he sees his own missing poster because everybody's going fucking missing. Good Lord. And then, like, the kid who, like, I guess he works at, like, a sheep meat place. They just shoot sheep over and over again. I mean, I guess, like, he's afraid because, like, his parents died in a fire, and he keeps seeing, like, the hands as they tried to, like, get to him during the fire, like, burning up and shit. And then while he's, like, getting the shit beat out of him at the river by these bullies that are straight up fucking psychopaths, he sees the clown, like, eating an arm, like, across the way. And one of the bully dudes who dies, he gets he goes down into the sewers looking for the fat kid, and he brings a lighter and a can of whatever, and it's like, I feel like that shit would run out of flame pretty fucking fast with how much he's using it, but like he lights it up and then he sees like all these kids with the dead faces, and then he tries to run away but he can't get out, and like he just gets fucking eaten. Jesus. It's a terrifying movie. Just, if you can't handle horror movies, don't go see this movie. Don't do it. You will be scared. It's 2 hours, and I'd like to say that it takes a break every now and then, but you're just like, even in like the heartwarming moments where these kids are like hanging out together, you're just like, nobody's safe. There's a fucking clown out there. And then, like, at the end, like, the bully kid, he goes straight up psychotic and kills his dad. And then I'm just like, yeah, I remember something like that going down before in the miniseries. Something like that. I don't really fucking know. But then, like, they all go to the burned down house to get to the well, and by the way, when they're like charting all the different disasters that have like been caused by it, and which, to be fair, is kind of weird. Like, they say it appears every 27 years, and they're just like, oh, all these things happen, like this nightclub burned down, and there was that explosion at the factory, and it's like, okay, but like, how come now he's just like picking people off one by one? How come there's no great disaster? Whatever. And yeah, they're all like, here's the clue. They're all connected by the sewers. Isn't every fucking house in the world connected by sewers? I mean, they've all got sinks and like bathrooms and shit. The sewers go everywhere. That's how he's able to get everywhere. Just... And they go down into the sewers, and the Jewish kid almost gets his fucking face bit off by the painting lady, and the bully guy who's... I guess he's, like, possessed by it? I don't fucking know. Like, he just... Because it is, like, making everybody apathetic towards the idea of children being murdered. Like, an old lady very near witnesses the first kid getting killed, Georgie. Yeah. And then... Like, the kid with the... Like, their guns, I guess, that they used to kill the sheep, he gets attacked, and he loses the gun, but he just, like, grabs a rock and, like, domes that motherfucker, and he's done. That was pretty cool. But then they go down to its lair because the girl got kidnapped. I don't know why. I guess he just wanted them to all go down there so we could eat them? I don't fucking know. And there's all these kids floating in a giant sewer drain. And I thought the whole, like, they all float with the balloons was, like, it's because bodies float in water. No, it was just because they're all floating in the air in, like, a circle. It's weird, and I don't understand it. And, like, the girl's, like, she gets, like, there's this big fucking door that opens up, and it's there dancing in flames, and it grabs her by the neck, and she's like, I'm not afraid of you, and then his fucking mouth opens, and it's, like, it opens, his face fucking opens, and it's all teeth, and there's fucking lights flying around, which is the dead lights, right? I remember something like that, and then she starts floating in the fucking air, and... Then the one The one kid's still following his brother around because he's like, he sees his brother, but it's not really him, it's just it fucking with him, but then he shoots him with the sheep gun thing that I don't actually know how he got his hands on it, but whatever. And then, like, the clown just, like, its body parts, like, shoot out of the boy, and it's gross. It's just gross. And, like, thank God, eventually, at the very end of it all, they beat the shit out of him. Like, for real. Like, they kick his fucking ass, and it's, like, cathartic, and you're just like, yes, and it's amazing. They fucking kick his ass back into whatever fucking drain he came from. I guess the deeper sewers. I don't know. Whatever. But he's fucking gone. But we know he's not dead because, like, at the end they're like, chapter 1. And also, we all know the fucking story here. I just... Dude. I can't even deal. This movie is actually scary. I'm not used to this. Most horror movies are fucking awful. And they're not scary. Just this shit. It's incredibly well made. It's touching. It's fucking scary. It's a good movie. And if you're not ready for this shit, I don't recommend it for you. I was just covering my face most of it, just terrified. Just this motherfucker with all his teeth and his fucking clown shit, and just Tim Curry was never fucking scary like this, okay? Like, just I forget who the fuck is playing the clown, but whoever the fuck it is, he did a great job, because it's fucking terrifying. Fuck. It wouldn't even shock me if nobody watches this video, because everybody's gonna be fucking talking about it, and I'm like 2 days late. I don't care. I had to tell somebody. Just... no matter what I say, no matter what anyone says, if you go to see this movie, you'll be fucking scared, unless you're like somebody who never gets scared, in which case, you're fucking crazy. Just because you're gonna get scared. It's impossible not to be. Just... this is a well-made movie. Just... I'm probably gonna see the sequel. I will. But I'm gonna be fucking terrified the whole time. I just can't. I'm fucking leaving. Just... dude. None of us were fucking ready for this. I don't even know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. Just... so if you're not ready for this shit, don't go see the movie. Bye.